Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results, WWE main event, and wrestling news around the world. Birthdays start off May the 12th. Doug Betcham, he was born 1971. Ricky Ortiz, 1975. Glacier, he was born May 13th, 1964. May 13th, Jimmy Wang Yang, he was born 1981. May 14th, Andre the Giant, he was born 1947. May 14th, Tennessee Lee, he was born 1951. Also, Vader turned 63 years old, while Zack Ryder turned 33. Former WCW star Buddy Lee Parker turned 58. Robert Furler turned 67. Also, would have been the 58th birthday of Dr. Death, Steve Williams. And for the 14th. According to SoCalUncensored.com, former two-time PWG World Champion Human Tornado announced his retirement from wrestling last night at the UEW show in Sun Valley, California. Debuting in 2002, Tornado would work for Ring of Honor, PWG, CZW, and Wrestling Society X, among other promotions. Due to ongoing back issues, Tornado was advised by doctors to stop wrestling. He also appeared briefly in the 2006 film Nacho Libre as a luchador, El Snowflake. Now, Charlotte Flair is set to undergo surgery for a ruptured breast implant once the current WWE European tour is over. She will likely miss a few weeks of ring time, but there is no word yet on if she will still work the June 17th Money in the Bank ladder match. Flair is working the current tour because she didn't want to miss out on the money. It looks like Flair is working quick beatdown angles with SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte as a Women's Champion Carmella on the current tour, with Carmella getting the upper hand, of course. And it looks like over the weekend she has yet another injury. A few teeth were knocked out at Thursday's live event in Germany as a fan tweeted this video of Flair explaining why she can't take a selfie. Carmella has acknowledged it as well on the injury. As a link there for you on Twitter. I can't take a selfie. At an event all in conference on Monday, Cody Rhodes introduced NWA president Billy Corgan, who announced that the NWA World Heavyweight Championship will be defended against Cody Rhodes. Currently, Nick Aldis is the champion. That's Mickie James' husband, formerly known as Magnus from TNA, but that could change between now and September 1st. Not familiar with Nick? I just told you, that's Mickie James' husband. According to F4W Online, Jay Lethal was injured during the six-man main event at War of the Worlds, Toronto, when he did a sunset flip powerbomb to the floor and had memory issues after finishing up the match. He's said to be doing better now, and Ring of Honor decided to keep him out in case he had a mild concussion. Lethal was replaced at the next night's show in Royal Oak, Michigan, by Sonata in a four-corner survival match, which was won by Marty Scurll. Ring of Honor's last show on that tour tonight was from Chicago. Ring of Honor New Japan War of the Worlds Royal Oak took place and featured the Briscoes defeating Tetsuya Naito and Bushi in the main event. Jay Lethal was scheduled for the show, but Ring of Honor announced due to an unnamed injury from the previous night's event, he wouldn't be able to compete. Sonata ended up stepping in for Lethal in the four-corner survival match against Kenny King, Marty Scurll, and Matt Taven. And here are the full results. Punishment Martinez versus Hangman Page never started due to the two brawling before the match. Cody Rhodes defeated Hiromu Takahashi. Evil defeated Shane Taylor. Tennille Dashwood and Jenny Rose defeated Sumi Saki and Stella Gray. Marty Scurll defeated Kenny King, Sonata, and Matt Taven in the four-corner survival match. Roppongi 3K defeated the Young Bucks and the Motor City Machine Guns. That was a former TNA tag team match. The Young Bucks, both, and Motor City Machine Guns. Not familiar with them. That's Matt Jackson and his brother. And, of course, Motor City Machine Guns. Probably already know that. SoCal Uncensored defeated Flip Gordon, Cheeseburger, and Jushin Thunder Liger. Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young defeated the Boys. The Briscoes defeated Tetsuya Naito and Bushi for your Ring of Honor Championship. And all that can be found at that link there for you. Ring of Honor's last stop on the tour in Chicago. And here's the card for the show. I did not find the results for that. But the card of the show is Bushi, Evil, Sonata, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito versus Cody, Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, and the Young Bucks. Silas Young versus Austin Aries for the Ring of Honor World Championship, or World TV Championship. Sumi Saki versus Jenny Rose for the Ring of Honor Women of Honor Championship. Jay Lethal likely to be replaced by versus Chucky T. Kelly Klein versus Deonna Purrazzo. The Briscoes versus Show and Yo for the Ring of Honor World Championship, Tag Team Championship. Jonathan Gresham versus Flip Gordon. The Dogs versus Cheeseburger and Jushin Thunder Liger. Tennille Dashwood versus Karen Q. Can you recognize these surprise debuts in the crowd in this top 10 video? I know I missed at least one female. Can you guess them all? Former Australian Rugby League star Daniel Vidot has signed a WWE developmental contract. According to Casey Michael of Square Circle Sirens, the 28-year-old first had a WWE tryout in 2015. And at the same time, he was offered a 3-year deal, but that it would happen a few years after he finished his rugby contract. Vidot took part in another tryout last October. Former WWE Tag Team Champion and current NJPW star Davey Boy Smith Jr. was backstage at Raw from London. Cousin Natalia tweeted a photo, and I'll show you that, of her and the two backstage at the O2 Arena. As 90 by Nature said, I'm so excited to see my cousin at DB Smith Jr. backstage here in London. I'm going to try to make Davey proud tonight. Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax missed this past weekend's live events in Spain. She had been working 3-way matches on the European tour against Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. PW Insider reported that Jax is in New York City, which is likely for the NBC upfront on Monday. Stephanie McMahon led WWE's presentation from inside a custom wrestling ring at NBC Universal upfront in New York City earlier in the day. The event took place at Radio City Music Hall, and Stephanie was joined in by Triple H, Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Bella Twins were also in attendance. And that link there. And also, Ronda Rousey versus Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax is now official for the June 17th Money in the Bank pay-per-view. The match was made after Jax challenged Rousey during a joint E! News interview, which can be found at this link here for you, at Universal Studios up front in New York City earlier today. And video is showing Cassie Kelly interviewing Rousey. Jackson Charlotte on the red carpet. Jax appears and issues a challenge to the former UFC champion. Rousey first turned Jax down and said other people are more deserving, but Jax said she's not worried about them. She's challenging Rousey, as she mentioned something about it in her contract, that she can challenge anybody. An excited player encouraged Rousey to accept it, and she did. So this is her first singles match, and my guess is she's going to defeat. My prediction, she will defeat Nia at the pay-per-view. If she doesn't, it will be due to outside interference, and that's my prediction. Riddick Moss suffered a torn Achilles tendon, according to Dave Meltzer on the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio. He could be out of action for 8 months. It's not clear when he suffered the injury, but he was at last week's NXT tapings on crutches. Moss and his former tag team partner, Chino Sabatelli, recently filmed an angle where they split up. Sabatelli has since had surgery for a torn pec and may be out for 8 months as well. Chino Sabatelli underwent surgery for the torn pectoral muscle, and he's likely out 6 to 9 months. Moss signed a WWE deal in 2014 and made his in-ring debut at an NXT live event. In December of that year, he began teaming with Sabatelli in October 2016, and they recently split after suffering a loss to Heavy Machinery. Tessa Blanchard's Impact Wrestling theme can be found at this link. She will be taking on Kiera Hogan in Blanchard's in-ring debut on next week's Impact Wrestling episode. If you don't know Tessa Blanchard, that's Tully Blanchard's daughter. Ring of Honor World of Worlds Toronto took place and featured Evil, Sonata, and Hiromu Takahashi defeating Colt Cabana, Jay Lethal, and Kenny King. Results. This is the first night. Jay White defeated Punishment Martinez, and that's for the IWGP US Championship. SoCal Uncensored defeated Rocky Romero, Show and Yo. Cody Rhodes defeated Jushin Thunder Liger. That ought to have been a great match. The Young Bucks defeated the Super Smash Brothers, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. I thought, never mind, Smash Brothers was, never mind. Off the video game, you know. Young Bucks defeated, I already said that. Tetsuya Naito defeated Beer City Bruiser. Evil, Sonata, and Takahashi defeated Colt Cabana, Jay Lethal, and Kenny King. Silas Young defeated Hangman Page for the Ring of Honor World TV Championship. Tennille Dashwood and Jenny Rose defeated Alicia, Nicole, and Sandra Bell. Cheeseburger defeated Bully Ray. Ring of Honor's next stop was Royal Oak. I think I already did that. Yes, I sure did. Thanks to Wrestling Inc. reader Will Henderson for sending in the results from the Ring of Honor War of Worlds TV tapings in Chicago. So, yes, I did get the results for that. Future of Honor Dark Match. The Bouncers, Beer City Bruiser, and Brian Malonis defeated One Mean Team, Brian Johnson and Justin Pusser. With Miss Jasmine. Don't know who they are. By the way, One Mean Team? Might as well compete with a B team. From Raw. Yeah, there's a B team on Raw. You will hear. I just spoiled your results for Raw there. Pusser with a leg drop on Bruiser. Bruiser hit the smaller drop on Malonis with a back splash. Bruiser with a cannonball. Then Pusser tried to fight back to no avail. Johnson broke up the pin. Pusser got the tag. Miss Jasmine got on the apron to distract Bruiser, but Bruiser is confused at what she's doing. Bouncers win with a superplex frog splash combo. Women of Honor Dark Match. Stacey Shadows defeated Stella Gray. Handshake to start. Shadows with a jumping spine buster. Shadows dominated early on. Gray slipped out of a press slam and applied the chokehold. but Shadows powers out. Shadows with the chops. Gray fights back and finally gets Shadows down. Only gets a 2 count. Shadows sidesteps a charge in the corner. Hits a brutal side suplex into a bridge for the win. Tennille Dashwood defeated Karen Q. They trade waist locks. Karen hits a handspring, cartwheel forearm in the corner, running kick for a 2 count. Q stands on Dashwood's hair, pulls her up. Tennille fights off a Boston Crab attempt, but Q retains control. Dashwood sidesteps a charge and gets the tarantula. She stole Tara's move. Q with suplexes, but only gets a 2 count. Q with whips Tennille into the corners, and then Tennille gets a boot in the corner, takes a Tennille for the 2 count. Q gets a Boston Crab, but Tennille gets the ropes. Q goes for the Boston Crab again, but Tennille rolls her up and gets a pinfall. Cheeseburger and Juice and Thunder Liger defeated the Dogs. Burger with a crossbody on Ferreira and makes the tag to Liger. Liger with a cannonball off the apron. Liger then tagged in Burger. And Titus blind tags in. Titus slingshot will into Burger. Suspense of standing frog splashes by the Dogs, but Liger breaks up the pinfall. Titus misses a boot to the corner and hits Ferreira. Hot tag to Liger. Liger bomb to Ferreira, only gets a 2 count. Burger cut off a double team with a super kick to Ferreira, and they hit double show ties or shoulders, whatever, to the Dogs, and Liger nails the brain buster on Titus for the pinfall. Sumi Saki defeated Jenny Rose to retain the Women of Honor Championship. No handshake as Sumi ducked a slap attempt by Rose. Sumi with a crossbody off the top to the outside. The drop kick off the top rope only gets a 2 count. Jenny with a spinning side stamp for 2. Rose took control with a half crab, but Sumi got to the ropes. Swinging fisherman neck breaker by Sumi for a 2 count. Jenny spares Sumi off the apron. Jenny with a drop toe hold to a chair, Raven style, on the outside. Sumi with a top rope Frankensteiner for a 2 count. Jenny hits a huge spear, only gets a 2 count. Then Sumi delivers a rolling cutter for the pinfall. Episode 1 main event. I guess it's a TV tapings. Briscoes defeated Roppongi 3K to retain the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Briscoe refuses a handshake, then jumped R3K at the start. Early on, the Briscoes isolate Yo, who was bleeding from the mouth at one point. Show tried to run in, which led to the ref trying to get him out of the ring, and Briscoe's double team behind his back. Yo is spitting up blood. Yo gets a neck breaker and a hot tag to Show, who runs wild. Roppongi goes for their finisher, but Jay pulls Yo out of the ring and slams him into barricade. Razor's Edge powerbomb combo by the Briscoes, but Yo broke up the pinfall. Jay with a superplex and Mark with a diving elbow on Show. But he kicked out of 2, stereo dives by R3K. They hit Mark with the 3K, but he kicked out. Jay throws a chair in the ring while the referee is distracted. Mark hits a low blow. Jay hits Yo with a Jay Driller for the win. Episode 2, main event. I guess that's a match. That's how they reported it. Silas Young defeated Austin Aries by disqualification to retain the Ring of Honor World Television title. Dueling chance start off. Aries goes for the last entry early on. Silas scampers to the ropes. Aries poses on the ropes as Silas regroups. Series of 1 counts. Aries pulls Silas up by his chest hairs and bounces him off the turnbuckles. Silas hits a forearm to cut off a dive and throws Aries into the barricade. Silas with a side headlock. Aries hits a dive and a top rope drop kick for a 2 count. Series of finisher counters until Aries hits a DVD on the Death Valley driver on the apron. Only gets a 2 count. Silas hits rolling fireman's carry, springboard elbow combo, but Aries gets to the ropes. Silas goes for the belt, but Aries rolls him up, goes into the last entry, but Silas gets to the ropes himself. Aries grabs the Grand Championship, but he gets rolled up for a 2 count. Strike exchange. Silas gets Aries up for the TKO, but knocks out the ref. Aries goes up for the 450, but Beer City Bruiser runs out. Kenny King runs down and stops Bruiser from interfering. Silas goes for the belt shot, but King grabs the title and then hits him with it. Aries covers Silas and gets a pin. Todd Sinclair runs out, however, and announces Aries is disqualified due to King's interference. Aries argues and kicks Todd low while King freaks out. King hands Aries all his belts, including handing him the Grand Championship like it was dirty. Then Aries kicks him in the nuts, hits a brain buster, and applies the last entry. Cody out after intermission for a promo. He says he has dismantled the Golden Lovers. He beat Kota Ibushi, he beat Kenny Omega, and he has taken his rightful place as the leader of the Bullet Club. Mentions he will become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion soon. Then he turns his attention to the Ring of Honor World Championship. Cody says that best in the world is going to be bittersweet because it's not a one-on-one match, but instead it's himself versus Dalton Castle versus his Bullet Club subordinate Marty Scurll. Cody runs down Marty for being a follower and a yes man and says that's why the fans must love him. Marty interrupts and says that Cody can't talk, but he knows that Cody can realize how good Marty is, and there's a little fear in him. Marty says that they are friends, but if he has to go through Cody to get his first Ring of Honor World title, then he'll do it. But for now, he wants a gentleman's handshake. Cody hesitated, but shakes anyways. Marty grabs Cody's hand like he's going to snap his fingers, but instead just gives him 5 and laughs and walks away. Flip Gordon defeated Jonathan Gresham. Good match. Gresham did a lot of work on Flip's back with stretch holds and shots to the back. Flip picks up the win after a hard-fought match. Post-match, Bully Ray came out, prepares to fight, but Bully tells him to relax. Bully apologized for the way he's treated him lately and says he found out things about Flip recently that he didn't know. First is that Flip is from Montana, which is where Bully's parents wanted to move to when they retired, but they passed away as they were in the process of beginning to do so. Bully hands Flip 2 pictures of his parents. Bully then brings up Flip's military involvement and discusses his own patriotism. Bully says he doesn't agree with how Flip came up in the business, but he owes him respect. He asks for his pictures back and then salutes Flip. As Flip salutes back, Bully kicks him in the nuts. Then Bully reminds Flip who he is and leaves him laying. Probably did, "Do you know who I am?" And it shows his calf muscle. Kelly Klein defeated Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna came dressed in jeans and a t-shirt looking for a fight. She jumped Klein before the bell and they brawled around ringside. Deonna got the Fujiwara armbar on, but Kelly got to the ropes. Deonna went for the armbar again. Kelly locked in the end of the match. Choke, and Deonna tapped almost immediately. Weird finish to an otherwise good match. Episode 3 main event. So it's called. SoCal Uncensored defeated the Kingdom by disqualification. The Kingdom retained the Ring of Honor World 6-man titles. This was a fun match. The idea of bringing that both teams are cheating heels, so they kept trading dirty tactics throughout the match. One point, they popped Vinny's balloons on each other, and which was a funny spot. The finish came when Daniels went to hit Taven with a knuckle buster, but the ref saw it and took them away. Then Taven went to use his staff, but Daniels ducked, and the ref took the staff. Then Kaz ran in with a chair, but hit the ropes and knocked himself out. Both teams looked at him confused, and the referee saw the chair and disqualified the Kingdom. SoCal was excited to win, but then realized they lost their title shot and were upset. Kenny King defeated Chucky T. Another fun match. Kenny was replacing Jay Lethal, who was advertised for the match. Chuck went for the handshake, but Kenny wanted a hug. Chuck said he only hugs one man. Kenny then air hugged the crowd on each side of the ring. A few spots later, Chucky hugged Kenny. Much to his surprise, Kenny knocked Chuck down and went out to the crowd to a guy for a selfie. but the guy was too drunk to get his phone to work. And Kenny gave up on the spot. Kenny got back in the ring and got dropped by Chuck, who went back out to the same guy and took a picture. Chuck did a flip dive and landed upside down with his feet in the crowd, but thumbed up the camera to let everybody know he's okay. Chuck tried the awful waffle, but couldn't hit it. Kenny ended up getting the pin, as it shows respect to Chuck after the match. Taylor defeated Josh Woods. Taylor cut a promo before the match, beating Woods for the incident that happened at the West Palm Beach show. Shane got the super loud heat as he tried to cut his promo. They start the match as if it was a shoot fight, and Taylor was wearing fight gloves. Short match. Taylor hit his knockout punch and got the pinfall. Episode 4, main event, Bullet Club. Members, Cody, Young Bucks, Heyman Page, and Marty Scurll defeated Los Ignorables. Ingo Bernoble. That's how they spelled it. De Japan. Crazy 10-man match, but it really can't translate into words. Dalton Castle was on commentary. Everybody got their usual spots in. Towards the end of the match, Heyman is in the ring when Punishment Martinez comes down. Heyman meets him in the aisle and they brawl to the back. Hiromu uses Daryl Jr. to lay out everyone in the Bullet Club. Bushi ends up missing Bernard, the business bear, and Cody freaks out. The Bucks hit the Meltzer driver on Bushi and pick up the win. They stare down Evil and Sonata ahead of their IWGP Heavyweight Tag Title showdown at Dominion. After the show, the Bucks and Cody put over the Chicago crowd and thanked everyone for the success of All In sellout. And they say only expected 4,000 tickets in the first week, and they didn't believe what happened until the box office manager texted Cody and informed him that All In was an official sellout, over 10,000. They thanked everyone and said that they'll see us on September 1st for the actual event. Ring of Honor future match featuring the Neon Ninja Fakeade versus Josh the Goods Woods. The finish of the match came when Woods hit his finisher, the seismic toss, for the pinfall victory, and that can be seen at this link. Seth Rollins' new entrance theme, Second Coming, Burn It Down, can be found at this link. WWE tape. The spoilers for your WWE main event. Austin Payne defeated Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. That's Titus Worldwide. And Mojo Rawley defeated Chad Gable. Thanks to Frankie, Gerard, Michael Smith, and Ben Colo for the combined Raw spoilers. Like I said, I was at work when they were posted. But by the time I got home, the spoilers were already on while Raw was going. Roman Reigns opened up the show, comes out to a very loud mixed reaction. Reigns cut a promo and issued a challenge to Jinder Mahal. But Kurt Angle, the Raw general manager, interrupted. Angle makes Jinder versus Elias versus Bobby Lashley in a Money in the Bank qualifying match for later. Well, that was advertised last week. Reigns demands to be put into the match, but Angle turns him down. Reigns promises to do what he needs to do to get revenge on Jinder. Reigns goes backstage and the cameras follow him all the way back, brawling with Jinder. They brawl back to the ring, to the stage, and Reigns finishes Jinder off with a Superman punch, and the referees breaking it up. Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins retained over Kevin Owens in an amazing match that went 20 minutes or so. Many chants from the crowd who stayed hot throughout. Rollins and Owens tore the roof off the O2 Arena before Rollins won with the blackout curb stomp. Backstage segment with the B team. I know I'll tell you about for the spoiler. That's their official tag team name. That's Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, who approached Kurt Angle for the Raw Tag Team title shot. Even Angle didn't know about that. He made a little smirk. I watched it on the show. Angle made a match for later tonight, but it won't be a title shot. Bobby Roode defeated No Way Jose and Baron Corbin to qualify for the Money in the Bank. Roode hit the glorious DDT on Jose to win. Some UK indie wrestlers were in Jose's Congo line. Kevin Owens approached Kurt Angle backstage and demands a rematch with Seth Rollins. Angle turns him down. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas defeated Breezango after a double team finisher to Fandango. Lots of chance for the B team, who demanded a title shot after the match. That was a surprise win. And it was like Bo Dallas. He got the pinfall. And he was like surprised. Curtis and Natalya, Sasha Banks. Okay, let's see. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas defeated Breezango after a double team finisher to Fandango. Natalya, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon defeated Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan when Liv tapped out to the sharpshooter. Raw Tag Team Champions Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt defeated Revival in a non-title match. They lost the crowd worse than during the six-woman match. Sami Zayn came out to the ring and cut a promo on Bobby Lashley, ranting more about how Lashley gave him vertigo. Sami shows the video interview with Lashley and Renee Young from last week, but fans were booing and chanting boring before it was over. Sami reveals that he is bringing Lashley's sisters to next week Raw to expose him. Alexa Bliss defeated Bayley and Mickie James to qualify for the Money in the Bank, as Bliss got the pin on Bayley to win. Yep. Mickie James is Alexa's best friend. Go to the backstage segment. Roman Reigns baiting up Jinder Mahal again. And this time, Jinder was taped up, and Jinder gave him a spear. We cut backstage. We already did that. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defeated Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. Big pops for all four competitors, but Braun was the most over of any superstar tonight. Strowman sent McIntyre crashing through his greatest Royal Rumble trophy at one point, but he did not do that. He just barely knocked it over as he flipped over and barely nudged it with his foot. Kevin Owens was revealed as the replacement for Jinder Mahal in the main event due to Roman Reigns injuring Jinder. Kevin Owens defeated Elias and Bobby Lashley to qualify for the Money in the Bank with outside interference. Elias performed before the match, but was interrupted. Sammy ran down at one point, stopped Lashley from getting the win. Grabbed his foot, pulling him out, and that's how they got the win. Owens went to hit the frog splash on Elias and got the pinfall. After the match, Elias joins Owens and Sammy for the beatdown on Lashley until Seth Rollins made a save. Roman Reigns ran out to even out the odds and helped Rollins with the save, which Raw ended there. Dark main event after Raw. Taping saw Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins defeat Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Elias in a six-man action. Reigns hit the spear on Owens for the pinfall. And that concludes my results for this week's Raw and WWE main event. By the way, if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters. See one of you.